Hello, I'm Trent, aka oTradeMark, and I owe everyone an apology, I guess. So actually, you know what? No, I'm not going to apologize because this is another example of how terrible the Anime Fighters devs are at communicating things. For the longest time, I've told people that this information that was posted back in June, that you have a shiny chance, basically your shiny rate is 0.5% to 2% depending on your game passes. So as you can see on the screen, without any game passes, so your base shiny chance rate is 0.5%. And then I interpreted this last portion with all luck passes. The shiny rate is approximately 2%. I interpreted that to mean that as your luck scales or your luck increases, your shiny chance increased. I was very wrong about that. As you guys saw in the most recent update, they started displaying shiny chance, and everyone was at, or anyone with all of the game passes was at 1% shiny chance. And so I messaged Daireb. I try not to do this very often because I don't want to be one of those people who's like constantly spamming him, asking him for stuff. But I was very confused because I honestly thought this was a visual bug. Okay, because I've thought all this time that I've had 2% shiny chance with all my game passes. That's what I thought. That's what I assumed based on the post by Jay. So I messaged Daireb for some clarification, thinking that 1% shiny chance was just a visual bug. Anyways, this is what I said. I said there's some images going around that you only have a shiny chance of 2% after purchasing both time trial shop upgrades. I said, is that correct? Daireb said, yes. Why wouldn't that be correct? With game passes, it's 1%, then plus 0.5% and 0.5% for each time trial upgrade. So I told him, for the longest time, I've been telling people that we have 2% shiny chance due to the post in the fact. Shouldn't it have been announced whenever the shiny rate changed to only 1% with game passes? And this is what he says. He says, it says approximately 2%. So I'm not sure how approximately 2% is 1%, but whatever. Approximately, it says approximately 2%. It used to vary based on stars and stuff. So I guess in earlier worlds, like, it varied based on which star you were opening. Now he says it's simpler and you can clearly see the chance. I wrote back, if the base shiny rate is 0.5%, that means that all 3 game passes are only equivalent to 0.5% of shiny chance. So I said, it seems misleading to me considering the fact, because I think most players assumed that the luck upgrades and game passes were giving a significant bonus to shiny rate, and they are not. And I also said that it might help clear up the misunderstanding if you displayed the 0.5% on shiny chance instead of rounding to the nearest whole number, because when you purchase the first time trial shop upgrade, the shiny chance stays at 1%, so it appears that no benefit is acquired on the purchase at all. This is another reason I thought maybe it was just a visual bug and he wasn't, like, I thought maybe everyone was at 0.5% and this was an additional like 1% on top of that. He says the rounding is a bug. I'll fix that today. So hopefully today sometime we should have the exact values rather than a rounded number. I was still confused, so I messaged him again. I said, I'm still a bit confused by what you mean when you say with game passes it's 1%, because I have all game passes and all luck upgrades and I'm still only at 1% shiny chance with 10.5 luck. You're saying that the shiny chance scales like this? And then I said, then we can get the additional 2 time trial shop upgrades for 0.5% and 0.5% for a 2% max. And this is what Daireb says back. He says, luck is separate to shiny rate. It only affects the chances in the star. Shiny chance is shiny chance. So I said, so shiny chance is only increased from its base 0.5% to 1% by the lucky, super lucky, and ultra lucky game passes. The luck upgrades and luck boosts don't improve it at all. He says, luck upgrades don't affect it. The luck stat and shiny chance aren't related and never have been. Game passes give both shiny chance and luck upgrades. So I guess when you buy the lucky game pass and the super game pass, super lucky and the ultra lucky, it comes with like 2 improvements. One is to your luck and one is to your shiny chance, but the stats are separate. I said, I see, but all 3 game passes are still only equivalent to 0.5% of shiny chance, right? Since there is a 0.5% base shiny chance rate. He says, I don't know the exact figures off by heart, but based on what he said before, that's what we can assume. Again, every time I talk to Daireb on stream, or I try to message him, I try not to bother him because I think it's inappropriate just because I'm a YouTuber to sit there and spam his DMs. But I almost feel more confused coming out of a conversation with him than I was prior. But essentially he's saying that you start with a 0.5% base. Game passes have a separate shiny chance improvement, but it's not much. Like, it must be a very, very tiny amount. We're talking less than 0.5%. So like probably 0.1% for Luck Pass 1 and then 0.2% for Luck Pass 2 and 2.5% for Luck Pass 3. All of 3 of them together, I guess, are equaling about 0.5%. So, yikes. What does this mean? The reason why I'm posting this is because I need to clear up. I've been completely bamboozled, and I think a lot of the community has misunderstood this and thought that we were already at a 2% shiny chance with game passes, but we weren't. We were basically at a 1% shiny chance rate. That means that if you want to know what your shiny mythic rate is, all you have to do is you take your mythic probability, okay, and you just times it by 100. If you have all game passes, if you're at 1% shiny chance, it's really easy to calculate. You take your mythic probability, times it by 100, okay? If you also have the time trial shop upgrades, you would times it either by 75 or 50, depending on how many time trial shop upgrades you have. But the good news is that with this kind of weird clarification, it means that I can now take the secret probability and the shiny mythic, or the sheet that I have that has the secret and mythic probabilities, and I can now calculate the shiny mythic probabilities and release that. So that's good. At least we do know that it's not a visual bug. What you're seeing in game is what your shiny chance is. Currently it's rounded, but hopefully it will be the exact value soon. And yeah, so this is outdated information. They probably should update that, but at least we have something, right? I'm not sure that it I guess it bothers me a bit because it really does feel a bit misleading. It feels like all this time I thought I'd been getting 2% shiny chance, and all this time we haven't been. At some point they must have, he says it used to vary based on stars and stuff, and now it's simpler. So at some point they must have changed it in some capacity, which feels why am I surprised? This is what they always do. They change things. They don't notify us. They just change it. A lot of times they change it for the worse, and this seems to be another example of them changing it for the worse. But at least we now see shiny chances. We see our shiny chance rate in game so that we can have a clear understanding of what it takes to get a shiny mythic. This does mean, unfortunately, that if you don't have game passes and you don't have the time trial shop upgrades, in the higher worlds, it's actually harder for you to get a shiny mythic than it is to get a secret, which is unfortunate because you need 5 of those to craft a shiny raid unit. It just means it's very difficult to get shiny mythics. But I will be posting the updated probability spreadsheet and a video for that soon, so you guys can actually see and calculate like what it takes to actually get some of these units. Anyways, guys, Malo Alpito, thanks for watching, and peace. I'm out of here.